Hi, Keel. Hi, Barbara. Okay. Where are we at? 8 o'clock. All right. Welcome to the Sunday night broadcast. I'm here every Sunday at 8 o'clock Spanish time. And if you'd like to join these live broadcasts and participate in them and watch all of it, as well as all the back videos, you just need to subscribe via Patreon. And it's only $10 a month. And also I have a Wednesday night chat group as well. You can subscribe to that. What else? Yeah, I do one-to-one private sessions. And you just have to email me about that. Or you need to email me via my website. I have I have 2 meetings in November so far. The UK and New York. And please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscriptions so I can do live phone broadcasts. Hi, Wave Sun. Let's see, anything else? Don't think so. Hi, Phyllis. Next Saturday. Yeah, I've got no takers for next Saturday, so I don't know if I'll be doing it unless someone bites. If no one bites by Wednesday, I will cancel it. But I guess I haven't really advertised it because I've had family here and it's been kind of chaos in my life for the last 3 weeks. But if I get a couple of people, hi Donnie, if I get a couple of people by Wednesday, then I'll do it. Yeah. I keep forgetting to post it. Honestly. I get very easily distracted. All right, so a subject which isn't a subject. This is not really a subject because there's no subject in it. It's just life as it is. Oh, hey Barbara. Yeah, sorry. A whole afternoon webinar. Yeah. It's £20 for the afternoon. Maybe. We'll see. Yes, you can't really call this a subject because all we're talking about here is just life as it is. Life as it is sitting on a chair or wherever, a computer, table, air, just whatever's going on. Is that a subject, really? Or is that just what's going on? And in what's going on, there's seeking for something else. Oh, you're welcome. They're seeking for something else which isn't here. And usually, hi Anne. Usually in this subject, it's thinking something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. What do we normally regard as that? We regard it as the me falling away. Relaxation is another one. And more energy. Kind of opposing things, aren't they? Relaxation and more energy. What else do we look for? The end of suffering. The end of any trouble happening in the life. That the life is going to become this easy thing. Well, life is as it is, and there's no one to choose what's going to happen in life. There's no one to choose if suddenly there's a thunderstorm and a flood. No one to choose that. No one to choose if there's a bill coming through the door, or someone's mean, or you get upset about something. That can't be chosen, can it? Not to happen. You can't choose that not to happen. Because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and that's that. And being an animal, a human, on a planet, subjected to the environment, things are going to happen to the human. It's going to get sick or upset, or it's going to have a disorder or illness of some sort. Sorry. Something's going to happen to the human. And for some reason, we think that this so-called me falling away and all that is going to be a solution to that. Well, there's no solution to life. Life is as life is, because this is life's life. All right, I've been wondering where you are. I was actually going to message you today after the talk, saying, where's Anne? Okay, good to know. This life is subject to anything. Anything can happen here. Anything. Like the weather can be anything. You can't predict the weather. It's all assumption, you see, that something's going to happen, that there's going to be a falling away of the me, or the contracted energy is going to be released, or something. Well, the me feeling, the thoughts and beliefs and feelings that present themselves as being a me is just what's happening. If life is doing that, then life is doing that. Nothing can be done about that. And there's actually nothing wrong in it anyway. I understand that the problems and the difficulties are problems and difficulties. I understand that. But if there was real will and choice, one would choose not to have them. I'm going to choose not to have any anxiety, for example. How can anyone choose that? If anxiety goes, anxiety goes. If it comes, it comes. Life is free to be that. Life is free to be the body that gets ill. Sure, it's unpleasant, but it's free to be unpleasant. Because it already is what is. What is all there is. Nothing else can be found. And what is can't be made sense of. What can be made sense of this room? Can't make sense of it. Sure, you can rationalize it. You know, well, there's space and there's chairs and there's this and that, you know, and you can rationalize it. But you can't make sense of how it's here, why it's here. Can have a go, but all that will be is just the same as the furniture. It'll just be ideas appearing, just appearing ideas, rational ideas, or non-dual ideas, or spiritual ideas, whatever. But those ideas are just part of the room, part of this. This is free. Landing all the time, landing. One field of this, of things and air, thoughts. They're all things. Every thought, any emotion, any subtlety, any subtle abstract thought is still this. They're all things. But they're one field of things because they're all happening at once. And they can't be separated out as, well, now it's done. It's done. It's happened. There's something happened. It's done. It's finished. Nothing's finished. This never finishes. Life never finishes. Have you ever found an end to life? Have you ever found a beginning to life? Life just is. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Also, don't know why, but I haven't had the desire to listen to non-duality much lately. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens. I know quite a few people who don't feel the need or the desire to. That's okay. Maybe it's good. Maybe there's not so much seeking there. Because seeking can stop. It's like, it just stops. But nothing, it's not replaced by anything. It just stops, and then it's just, well, just life as it is. Simply this, whatever this is. And it's not all necessarily good. Or, or peaceful. Sometimes there's peace, sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there's laughter, sometimes there isn't. Doesn't matter. I also don't feel the desire to listen to non-duality. But I love to talk, I love to speak. And I especially love conversation. Because it's like exploring absolutely nothing. It's really hot. It was about 38 degrees today. Really hot. But concepts do arise. And, those can be explored, examined, investigated to see what they are, really, to see really what they are, because they're tricky, aren't they? They're tricky. They seem so convincing. For some reason, humans believe things so readily I don't know why that is, but humans have the tendency to believe things. You know, and if things seem so convincing, especially if there's a lot of people who find it convincing. Exploring absolutely nothing, down. Grab it or don't grab it. Does have the same pull to it though, those words. Does have some pull to it, those words. Yeah, exploring nothing. Well, it's not really exploring nothing. It's more like exploring the concepts that make us believe that there's something else that we're not getting. It can be talked about because you can't say what this is, and you can't really explore what this is because the mind just goes, boop, it's just impossible. There's just nothing there. There's nothing that can be, there's no absolute description of what this is, because what would you call it? You know, I say life or this, but yeah, that's the best words I can find. But what's really explored is the concepts that that come up about what this is, or trying to find what this is, or trying to understand what this is, and all the different concepts around that. And they are nothing, actually. Really, when they're really looked at, they're a big, empty bag of nothing. It's like trying to hold on to something here is just impossible, because what would you hold on to? The only thing that most people are trying to hold on to is an idea. And what's an idea? Nothing. It's just empty thoughts. It's nothing. They don't have any weight to them. The only weight that's given to them is belief, which is also empty. Empty of proof, empty of validity. There's no validity to them. They're just nothing. Poof, 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 thoughts. It's trying to hold on to air. So in non-duality, we grasp hold of the idea that the me will fall away. That's what's held on to. And that can cause a lot of frustration. There'll never be anything else. Things are always changing. These forms are always changing all the time. Every, not even split second, it's just constantly changing. The words are changing, the sounds changing. Every little movement, it's absolutely mad. It's quite insane, really. It's wonderful, wonderfully mad. How important then, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. How important then was the voice to infants when they were born some mirroring to their existence. Honest to God, really, why would one need a mirror? Because there is no me. Yeah, yeah. And there's no infant. There's no infant either. Not now, not for us. Might go out and might find some infants, but it's just existence, isn't it? It's just these. It's really amazing that life can be these animals, and they reproduce. They make eggs and seeds, and they grow another animal, and then that animal is born, and then that animal makes another animal, and then there's all this amazing abstract thought, and the human animal is quite interesting. Really, it's just an animal. It's just a really complex animal that has no me, but has this abstract concept of being a me, which is either real or unreal. It just is. It's just part of this. So hard for the human to accept its life has no ultimate meaning or reality. Well, I guess if you're set on finding ultimate meaning and purpose, then yeah, that would be quite difficult. But not accepting it is just like, that's just what's going on. That's the play. That's the play of life. I can't accept that there's no meaning for this animal, no ultimate wondrous meaning, my purpose in life. It's neither meaningless or meaningful. It's beyond that. It's more amazing than meaning. Meaning is just like so transitory, isn't it? Meaning. How can you hold on to meaning? Like you'd have to grasp onto an idea and then hold it and hold it and hold it. And that's impossible. It'd drive you mad doing that. This is better than meaning. This is like the whole of life appearing just here. Why does it have to have meaning? Oh, the ultimate meaning. This is the ultimate. This is ultimate because there's nothing else. And you can't find the meaning in it because where would you find it? You'd just be looking in thoughts and ideas. It's just not there. Unless someone can show me. I'd be interested to hear it. I'd be interested to have that conversation. So I like that kind of conversation. I love a bit of philosophy. I guess, why would one need an ultimate meaning? Why? So that they can feel better. That's really why I think that people want ultimate meaning, that they feel like they've arrived. Well, this has just arrived, and now it's just arrived. It's always just arrived. Everything's just arrived, and everything's just leaving all at once. Happening, arriving and leaving all at once, bang, immediate. Because arriving to something, what would that be? Arriving to what? Arriving to a belief. And you can't hold on to that. Yeah, true. Yet another concept, lol. Meaning or no meaning. Yeah. Yes, it's like way more wild and mysterious as meaning or meaningless. Meaningful, meaningless. What are those things? More abstract thought, conjured up by the amazing human animal, the amazing human brain. With one immobile vocal cord, my speech is iffy. Funny to hear others say, it will get better. No one can know that. An idea that things improve equals belief. Physical ills trigger the pragmatist. Yeah, it might not get better. You'll have to find a way to work around it. Yeah, it's true. I think people say that to make you feel better. I think it's like people trying to be positive, but I know it doesn't help. It just, all it does is just give hope, doesn't it? It just gives hope. But it is them trying to feel better. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, it's like a platitude, isn't it? It's a platitude. They don't know what else to say, so, people just come out with these platitudes because they don't know what else to say. That is, anything happening to them, they believe in cure. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yes, I'm learning more silence. Yeah. It's amazing how life can appear, isn't it? It can appear as a vocal cord not working, and silence, not speaking. Nothing wrong with my vocal cords, but there's still a lot of not speaking. Days. Others are ill at ease when there is no repartee. The conversation goes nowhere. It's repartee. Okay, so this conversation goes nowhere. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, some people don't like long silences or silence. It's like, oh, I've got to have something to say. We can't just sit here. We can't just sit here and not talk. Awkward silence. I like the silence. Yeah. Silence is golden, golden. Often conversation can just be like a battle, can't it? Everyone's trying to get their word in. No one's actually listening. Sometimes it's nice just to sit there quietly with somebody. It's actually like something more is said somehow. I find those group dynamics tiresome, actually. There's no desire to get in there, so I end up usually sitting there quietly while everyone's fighting to get their word in. No one's actually listening to anybody. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's a good one too. My daughter's only 25, but she loves Art and Garfunkel. Simon Garfunkel, I mean. Yeah, yeah, it is a shame. She says, I love silence, it's a shame. People get so uncomfortable with it. Yeah, yeah. It's because they feel they have to perform somehow, that they'll look. I don't know what it is actually. I've forgotten. I've forgotten what it is. Yeah. Folks sometimes get nervous and awkward in silences and feel the need to fill the gaps. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they do. It's interesting, isn't it? Isn't the human strange? What a wonderful thing this all is. So amazing. All the differences, all the complex forms and creatures and all the complex feelings even and thoughts. Because what we're talking about here is not about having thoughts or feelings. They're just the wildness of life. Up they come, up they come. And yet up comes the judgment of them. I shouldn't be having these thoughts. I shouldn't be having these feelings. I shouldn't be having these desires. Well, who can choose that anyway? Up they come. Pop. Everything pops up. Pop. Absolutely free to be that. Free to be awkward silences. Free to be uncomfortable people and, whatever. Annoying dogs and well-behaved dogs. My neighbour has 2 cats. One of them I really love. I love the cat. And the other one is just a little, It's funny, isn't it? 2 cats. Completely different cats. They didn't choose that. They don't choose to change it either. The cat, who I don't get on with, is called Twinkle. Imagine. Twinkle. She should be called Satan. But she's so comfortable with being the satanic monster that she is without any kind of seeking to change it. It's just not there. It's just, just going to go around being a git to everyone in the neighborhood. And she's just free to be that. Twinkle does not give a stuff. No. She does not give a toss about how awful she is. She's got pretty blue eyes and she's got a really cute face and really nice fur. And you just want to strangle her. And the other one, Sooty, he's so sweet and well-behaved and easygoing. Humans are the same. Except for humans, judge it as good or bad. But then again, that's how it is as well. Life appears as humans judging their behavior and their thoughts. When I was young, I loved I Am a Rock. By them now, the lyrics of that seem quite long gone. Yeah. Yeah, those sentiments just seem to fade away, don't they? Now it's I'm a I don't know. Just whatever. This human, this body, does exactly what it wants to do all of the time. There's nothing guiding it, nothing going on. It just does what it wants all the time. Even when it doesn't want to do it, it does it anyway. Or it doesn't do it. It just does what it wants. That's the same for everybody. Every single human, it just does what it does. Just does it. All on its own. Like the weather. There's no people doing the weather. When it says, I am a rock, I am an island, and the rock feels no pain on an island, never dies. Yeah, I don't really know the meaning of those words. I guess it's got different meanings. It's about being that saying is like no man is an island. It's about being an island, isn't it? It's about being self-contained, but anyway, I'm not going to go into that. I can't be bothered. It's can't be bothered. Like, just my mind doesn't go those places anymore. It's funny. Just don't care. Is that what you're saying, Anne? Just don't care about those things anymore. They're just not relevant, are they? It's like, remember when we all used to have self-help books? Where are they all now? Down the charity shop, long gone. It's amazing how life just changes. And does it really change even? Did the books ever exist? I don't know. How would we know anything? Well, the past certainly isn't here. It's here as memory. What does Twinkle Satan do? Well, she comes in your house and she scratches your furniture and she pisses on your curtains and stumps on your plants. Yeah, that's what she does. So I've had to make my house cat-proof, make my upstairs roof cat-proof. I put up like fences and things to stop the devil from getting in and pissing on my things. I think she's called Twinkle because she has these bright blue sparkly eyes that looks like, never, like sweet as pie. Far from it. She's amusing though. It amuses me that she's so awful. Yeah, I know. That cat wee smell. Really hard to get rid of. I think that's what some people are searching for. Not cat wee smells, but but being an island, and feeling no pain. I think that's the impression that this message gives is that the human is no longer feeling anything. It's free of feelings. It's an island. Detached. Well, there's no one to be attached or detached anyway. Attachment happens or it doesn't. It just doesn't, it's not something that nothing is happening to anybody. That's the thing. Nothing's happening. It's just happening. Just happening. Like free will and choice, this idea. It's a bit like saying I want to have magic. I think I have magic. Freedom, will and choice is just like magic, isn't it? I've got the free will and choice to snap my fingers and change things. Well, if something is being changed, like for instance, you decide to go down the gym to get fitter or something like that, well, no one decided that anyway. It feels like I decided it. It didn't. The decision appeared. The idea appeared. I need to go down the gym to get fit. And then either the body goes down the gym or the body doesn't go down the gym. But that's all happening on its own. There's no magic free will and choice that suddenly snaps its fingers. I'm going to decide that. Yes, true. I think people generally think they have to find something in common to talk about, to belong, maybe, not to be able to be outside or be a loner. Society isn't very accepting of people who don't fit into the norm. No, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. It depends. It depends of which people. I go to this art group on a Thursday morning, and I would say most of them are pretty normal, whatever that means. I don't think anyone's normal, but they aspire to normal traits, I guess, and they're totally accepting of me, and I'm not really very normal, as in I don't enter into their conversations, but they're okay. They're all right. It's fine. I think it depends who it is. As in, no person who can feel pain or die. Oh, referring to the song. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I have no idea about death. Who can die? Who can die? There's no one to die. Can't find death or dying. Yeah, yeah, it just seems generally that way, not always. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think about it. I observe it happening sometimes. I think death is a learnt concept. Because as children, we didn't know about death, did we? And life is just as it is. Didn't know about death. So there was no death. It's a learnt concept. You can't find it. You can't find death. You can see dead things, dead bodies, or what look like dead bodies. Or the body might be dying. But that's the body dying. That's not death, is it? Nothing dies in that regard. You don't talk about the illusion of separate person anymore. No, I don't. Because is it an illusion? Or is it just what's happening? Because who would it be an illusion for? Because life is whatever it is, isn't it? If it appears as a separate person, I feel separate. Well, no one's feeling separate. It's just that's life happening. Everyone's trying to feel like not being a separate person. Thinking that's going to be the answer to all their problems. You see problems arising, and separate person arising, and table is arising, and space, and everything, all at once, all at once. That's what's being talked about. So there's no point in talking about the illusion of the separate person anymore, because what's the good in it? What's the good in it? It doesn't help. It doesn't, nothing, it's no point in it, because all there is just life happening. I could go into it if someone was asking me actual, genuine questions from that standpoint. I could talk about it maybe. But generally, it just is actually, I mean, I can talk about anything in regard to this, but generally, as the whole, it just doesn't interest me, because I don't think it's relevant. It's like it becomes a process, and it also gives people this idea that there's something wrong with having this sense of being a person. If life is appearing like that, then that's life doing it. Life is free to be that. And I think that as a contradiction, talking about it in that way is actually gives more of a sense of relief. That's what I've been finding, that people are having a sense of relief with that. Because when you really examine the separate me, what is it? What is it? Is it an illusion? Or is it just simply happening like everything else? Because talking about the illusion of the separate person is talking about it dropping and there being then a no person. And then that gives, that sets up this expectation. And then someone asks, well, what can I do to get there? You see, that's the knock-on effect of that. Well, what can I do to get there? And then you have to contradict that by saying, well, there is no there. So none of it actually makes any sense in the end. All that can be said about the feeling of being a person is that it just is. It just is as it is. There's no point in me saying the me can drop and then saying, but it's hopeless. And it actually sets up seeking. It actually encourages seeking, to then seek for no me, because then the person automatically thinks, well, they don't have a me, and they don't have a me, and they don't have a me, and I want what they've got. But really, you don't know what they've got. Nobody knows what they've got or haven't got. It sounds great, but then again, what they are just human beings sitting on a chair saying something. And then we believe what they say. But the wonderful thing is that there is only everything. That includes someone sitting on a chair saying that the me can drop away. So that's really what interests me now more, is not talking about what can possibly happen, but what is. And what is a total mystery. And that is wild and free to be whatever, including the sense of a location or whatever is appearing. It's actually quite genius that this can appear as looking for itself, but it is itself. So it'll never be found because it is itself. It's always itself. This is always itself. The wall is being itself. The table's being itself. These hands are being themselves. And they're all just happening at once. And there's no picking it apart. There's nothing good or bad about it. It just is what it is. Life, free. Free. But if people want to talk about this sense of separation and everything, I'm more than happy to go into it. Because I do it a lot on my Skype calls, we really go into that. And it's always really lovely, actually. But as a way of talking, it stopped because it comes across a bit like a teaching in a way. But there's nothing to teach because nothing is needed. Nothing is needed because everything is already complete. But by saying that there is this illusion of the separate me and it has to fall away, it's saying it's not complete. And yet, and then it's qualified by saying, but that's complete. But no, that doesn't marry up. The sense of the separate self is complete. And the sense of I don't want to be a separate self is already life itself. So I saw that I didn't like that contradiction. I saw the contradiction in that and had a really good look at it myself and saw that it was just meaningless. Absolutely meaningless to talk about it in that way. Doesn't make any sense at all. And it's become this sort of desperately seeking for a no me has become almost obsessive with some people. There's a real striving to get there. And that's quite mad when you think of trying to get there. Trying to get to what? A no me. And who would be a no me? No one's being a me and no one's being a no me. Both are totally not relevant. In that regard, nothing is relevant. It's either all relevant or nothing is relevant. Oh, you're welcome. I enjoy talking about that. That's why I went into it. What do you think, Anne? Does that make sense to you? Oh, hi, Flora. All right, okay. You can watch it later. For the first half hour after the broadcast, it takes a little while to process. So if it comes up black, it means that it's still processing on YouTube. I have to give it a little bit of time. Anyway, nice to see you. I'm about to finish, actually. I've got to go and cook a meal for my daughter. So any last things before I go? Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Donnie. I'll be here on Wednesday as usual for the Discord, people. And I see in others and have had experience of desperate seeking for me to fall away. Yeah, it's really common. It's really common. Yeah. And then when that's really examined, it can be really such a relief. Really such a relief. I've met many people in the last 6 months who have spoken like this about this whole freaking me, no me paradigm. And it's been a real relief for some people. Oh, thanks, Jim. Nice to have your daughter there. Oh, yeah. One of mine came back from Africa this week. Oh, nice. It is really nice. An art group is already atypical. Artists seem to be easy. Yeah. Now I was in a 90-person choir. The people seem normal, but more open. The RT gene, maybe. Yeah. That's true. Different races of cats. Yeah. Thanks, Anne. Thanks, Phyllis. Thanks, Keel. Thanks, everyone else. And speak to some of you on Wednesday. Yes, good to see the Seeking for That go. Yes, it really is, isn't it? It really, really is. I mean, what a relief. Because that's a burden, isn't it? Hoping for the no me. I want the no me to happen. What a burden that is. Anyway, thanks, guys. And see you all soon. Lots of love. And thank you very much for joining. And thank you for the new patrons who have joined as well. Very grateful. Thank you, Phyllis. Bye.